Hello everyone, let's talk about what association leaders lose when they hide the truth about generative AI challenges and problems. And let's talk about the benefits instead of transparency. Transparency, even about challenges, builds trust and helps engagement. Staff and volunteers, you need to treat them as active participants. They're not bystanders. Because realistically, you can't micromanage volunteers, especially, but even staff, in adapting to generative AI tools. Lack of transparency is what leads to resistance and skepticism from a lot of associations I've seen, I worked with, that run into challenges when showing a lack of transparency. Especially in the decentralized association context, transparency is what fosters a culture of adoption and shared purpose. As part of transparency, you of course need a clear narrative with milestones. What milestones are you actually trying to achieve? What are your goals in generative AI adoption? So provide clarity on the narrative of your goals and your milestones. Without it, stakeholders may just fill gaps in information with misinformation and rumors. So honest communication is what helps address these misinformation gaps. Shared problem solving with your staff and volunteers is also very important to build trust and facilitate collaboration. Now, here's an association I worked with that faced low generative AI adoption and some database issues. What the leadership struggled with that, and they were thinking about how to communicate about that to staff. At first, they were reluctant to be transparent. I strongly encouraged them, and they eventually adopted this plan, to have transparent communication and to reframe the struggles as an opportunity for growth by getting staff and volunteer input, which led to a lot of valuable feedback and quick improvements. And so we eventually, over 9 months, we reached the goals that we planned to achieve within 12 months, with event attendance increasing by 30%, which is great, and satisfaction scores rising by members with the association rising by 20%, and retention improving by 15%. So we had those goals for 12 months, and we reached them in 9 months. And the key to reaching them so quickly was empowering stakeholders to give us feedback on the challenges with the tool. So frequent updates are critical. They sustain engagement and they demystify the process of adopting generative AI. That incremental updates showcase tangible benefits to stakeholders. Don't just share at the end of the 12-month period. Talk about what's happening on a weekly or monthly basis. Ideally weekly, but monthly if that's the metrics you can get. Celebrating milestones achieved reinforces collective achievement, and also if you share about challenges with reaching milestones, you'll get feedback on how to improve your ability to achieve milestones, because you'll get feedback from diverse stakeholders. And so webinars, forums, in-person forums, virtual town halls, webinars create spaces for collaborative problem solving. And that inclusivity strengthens relationships and commitment to the process of generative AI adoption. And celebrating progress, as well as acknowledging challenges, reinforces the collective ownership of success. And here's another case study from a medical association I worked with that used generative AI to optimize conference planning. Regular forums allowed members, staff, and volunteers alike to review and shape generative AI suggestions. Of course, staff and volunteers had more input, but so did actually some engaged members. The leadership and I shared updates on how we applied the feedback and how it improved the actual tool and reduced the time that staff and volunteers spent on conference planning. And we even had a town hall at the annual conference to celebrate the impact of the feedback that we received and the generative AI tool itself on the diverse session offerings and reducing the effort that went into planning the conference. It was both more effective and efficient. So more effective meaning better conference with more diverse session offerings and better rating by members afterward, and more efficient in terms of using less time to actually plan out the conference. That inclusive communication is what highlighted collaboration and commitment and created more buy-in. So, think about transparent communication. It's going to be crucial for driving trust and collaboration. Stakeholders will feel empowered to shape the generative AI journey. Open updates strengthen community bonds and mission alignment. Leaders like you who embrace transparency will achieve truly sustainable generative AI adoption. Make sure to subscribe to this channel to get more videos like this, and email me with any questions at gleb@disasteravoidanceexperts.com. Again, that's Gleb, Gleb, @disasteravoidanceexperts.com.